everybody, welcome back to Media Week. This is NYSE Wired and theCUBE's ongoing coverage of AI innovators and cyber leaders, and we're super excited to have Roger Cummings here as the CEO of Peak AIO, a company you may not have heard of, but doing some really interesting things in software-defined storage and AI. Roger, welcome to theCUBE's NYSE studio.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Great to have you.
Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, so let's get into it. So you guys started the company in 2021, right now you're self-funded.
Correct.
Tell us about why was the company formed? You came in, about 8 months ago, and what are you guys all about?
Yeah, actually it's a great story. Mark Kaczynski is the founder of our company and has been doing this. We both have the gray hair. We've been doing this a long time.
I dye my hair gray too, Roger.
So Mark really spent time and was brought in by the NVIDIA channel to help them really uncover why they weren't buying storage with the NVIDIA purchases. So what Mark really found out is this AI workload was different, right? This AI workload didn't value the enterprise features and functions that were out there, and really was just looking for fast, high-performance storage that could address their solution at a cost-effective manner. So he spent a good solid 2 years working with these companies and tried to take the legacy infrastructure and boil it down to something that was consumable at a very small footprint, and it just didn't make sense economically or from a complexity perspective. So he spent the last 2 years, or the first 2 years, really defining that and providing a product that was very successful. And now we've taken that product, we've made it software defined so it can sit on any commodity hardware out there and provide customers the performance, price, power savings, and economics to really be successful in AI.
So it's not HPC, it's really designed for enterprise AI, is that right?
It's designed for AI from the research person, from the computational biologist, all the way to organizations running larger training modules, so it can scale.
And they would configure or leverage your system in different ways depending upon the scale. What are the dimensions that we should be thinking about there?
A big part about it is that we've learned is AI is a lot of times a different customer, or doesn't have the support that they need, right? So a big part of our solution is simplicity. So setting up the RAID configurations, doing all these things. Computational biologists, or even doctors, or some of these folks.
Guys in lab coats aren't good at that stuff,
right? At all. So even at the enterprise level, we make that AI infrastructure faster, higher performance, right? Dense associated with, and really make it simple for them to use across any AI workload.
Interesting. Okay, and so where are you at with the buzz phrase, but it's important, of product market fit?
Product market fit, great. So we have some really good use case success stories in healthcare, and healthcare being at the edge, right? Because we can scale down to a single node and not only run the training at that single node and be dense, thanks to our partners at Solidigm as well, you have incredible density at that single node. So we can provide all the training that you need as well as inference at that edge. So we're seeing healthcare applications in radiology and imagery and video. We're seeing mapping chemistry in life sciences. We're seeing government and tactical edge scenarios. Financial services doing deep analytics, right? And energy doing the 3- and 4-dimensional kind of data collection at the edge as well. So we're really excited, the ability to do so much at the edge.
So, okay, so you were brought in to really bring the operational excellence, right?
Correct.
Raise some money and scale the company.
Correct.
Before we get off the sort of basic problems that you're solving and the trends, what are the options that are out there today? I could use traditional enterprise storage. You've got emerging players. They got like a VAST and a Hammerspace and stuff like that. So where do you guys fit? Where are you adding value and differentiation relative to the legacy storage players? Right. And some of these sort of new startups?
Yeah, so if you think about the legacy players, as well as maybe WAS and WEKA.
VAST
and WEKA. Right. Really it's the complexity, being able to provide the same performance in a single node and then scale out from there. I recently saw a number, 80% of AI workloads are failing. Well, why? It's because you bought this GPU, you now see the data bottleneck, and all of a sudden you see I have to spend as much or more than I did for the GPU just to have the storage infrastructure to feed that GPU. And there's no need for that. We provide a great solution, and the big differentiation is being able to scale down at a price point and a performance that exceeds anybody in the marketplace. Now you bring up Hammerspace. Hammerspace is a partner of ours. We're a great target for Hammerspace.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. One of the biggest problem, if not the biggest problem in AI, the blocker that everybody's talking about and will really come to fruition as we scale this whole wave up, is energy and power consumption. When you were at Supercompute, I was as well, I was struck by how many liquid cooling players there are in the market, and guys doing hoses. We had Omni Services on theCUBE. What do you guys do? They make hoses to cool GPUs. It's like, wow, this is bringing together all kinds of new innovation. But so talk about the energy problem and where you guys fit.
Yeah, and you bring up a great point, because when we first started this company, it's like, well, AI is just more storage. Take the legacy, move it over here. Well, as a result, we've seen different types of rack systems. So we know it's a different type of workload, right? So we have to address power, and our customers are begging and really are handcuffed from growing with the power constraints that are out there. So we have some innovation where we're able to look at those workloads and really determine the best path to energy efficiency. And we're looking forward, we're still testing it out, but we're looking forward to saving customers anywhere from 50 to 70% in their storage savings, or in their environmental savings.
Okay, and so
we're really excited about that.
Of course, the GPU gets most of the blame.
Yes.
But storage still sucks up
tremendous amount.
Quite a bit of energy. I mean, the spinning disks were really a culprit. Of course, Flash is, but Flash is growing.
You're bringing in our gray hair again.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so, okay, so you mentioned Hammerspace. What's your partner ecosystem and strategy?
So Hammerspace has an incredible scale-out system, and we have a number of customers that rave about it. For us, we fit as a target for Hammerspace that allows them to have the performance that they need at the price point, right? And that's key, is having a cost-effective solution to complement an existing file system that's out there.
Yeah. Okay, so you're not at the point, I presume, that you're scaling go-to-market, or are you beginning to scale go-to-market?
I came on board to take the great work. We've got some incredible customers in the UK that we're bringing to the United States. So we have 30 plus customers that we're taking their use cases, as I mentioned before, here to the United States, and we're scaling that success. And we have wonderful customers for prospects to talk to and really understand their use cases, because they're identical to here in the United States. Maybe a little larger, but here in the United States as well.
So 30 plus, these are revenue customers?
Oh, very much.
Okay,
so
yes. I was asking about product market fit before, but do you have product market fit?
Yeah,
do you feel like you're there?
I'm a big believer product market fit can always be tweaked and learn more and more.
Sure, you're never done.
Never done, right? And that's something that as a company we're very close to the customer and trying to understand more and more what the challenges they face. So we feel fairly comfortable where we are with product market fit.
Well, so as a CEO of a blank sheet of paper startup, how do you even determine product market fit? Mark Andreessen says, well, so when your servers are blowing up and you can't meet the demand, okay, but maybe there's a more scientific way to evaluate that.
There's a lot of metrics that we throw behind this, right? And in its utilization, how they're using our solution, and what they're using our solution for. And the biggest point that we drill down on from market fit is what was it before and what was it after?
Yeah.
And the significance that we can make in the before and after, from performance, price, power, right, and density.
So it's really around adoption, how they're using it, the use cases, how sticky they are, how much land and expand you do. So that, the reason I ask is because a lot of startups, they try to scale go-to-market before they have product market fit.
Exactly.
And you, as you well know, Roger, in the early phases of go-to-market, your sales motion is you're consultants. You're technical consultants. You go deep.
Deep.
You got to build trust with the customer.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a transactional business. It's really you literally are an extension. You're a consulting arm essentially.
Exactly right. And I had the pleasure of working with David Scott back in the day, and David was the king of metrics, right? So
David Scott of 3PAR fame.
Exactly right.
He made HPE or HP at the time,
Yeah.
3PAR, and
Yeah,
he was an amazing executive.
Yeah. So David Scott has really taught me early in my career that, listen, reduce friction. Whatever you're doing, get close as you can to the customer and reduce that friction, because understand what he wants out of that technology and work as hard as you can to make it a seamless path to the success of that customer.
And that's what 3PAR. When did you work with David? Was it at HP?
David Scott was on our board at AppIQ.
Oh, right. Okay, and then didn't AppIQ get acquired by
AppIQ got acquired by HP.
And then 3PAR got acquired by
I think 3PAR, yeah, I believe 3PAR
HP.
was acquired a little bit before us, but yes, I believe so. I could be.
Either way.
We've been doing this too long.
David Scott, great human being.
Yes, very much so.
And amazing leader. So what's happening here at the New York Stock Exchange? You got invited by Brian, I presume?
I was invited by Brian. We have a number of opportunities that we're talking to, learning from, as I mentioned, and we're excited to be here. We're talking a few little bit later today, and financial services and the deep analytics they want to do across various verticals and product and information verticals they have is really exciting for us. I think we have a great opportunity to provide some value.
Amazing. Well, Brian, good luck with the raise, the scale. We'd love to have you back and track the progress. You're based in the Midwest in Chicago.
Correct.
We have studios, one on the West Coast in Palo Alto, two on the East Coast, one here in New York, and one outside of Boston. So I'd love to have you back and see how you're doing.
Appreciate your time.
All right, you're very welcome. All right, thank you. And keep it right there, everybody. This is Dave Vellante for John Furrier, NYSE Wired, and theCUBE Communities Media Week, covering AI innovators and cyber. Keep it right there, right back after this short break.